would like to introduce Frank Voce, active law enforcement officer and president of the nonprofit Reps for Responders. Frank is doing so much for our law enforcement community, and it's such an honor to have him today. Frank.
What's going on, everybody? First, I just want to say thank you, Dan, and to Blue Line Moment of Silence for having myself, my father, my mother, my girlfriend, Joseph, here tonight. I've spoken to a crowd probably like 15 times now, different gyms, but I feel something different tonight. And I just have to start this off with a moment of silence for the police officer who lost his life to suicide last night. And unfortunately, he's not a first responder, but my uncle lost his life to suicide on Monday, so I had to be here for him, and people need to hear this stuff. So, just a quick moment of silence. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm Frank. I am part of the New York City Police Department, so it's an honor to speak after Commissioner. So Commissioner, thank you. NYPD did not send me here. I am here on behalf of Frank, my individual self, and Reps for Responders. Real quick, everyone look down at their feet. Right? That's where we are right now, the present moment. It is a grounding technique that we use at Reps for Responders. Today is April 29th, am I correct? April 29th, 2021. None of us has ever lived this day before, so let's give each other, let's give each other a pat on the back. We forget a lot about this stuff, man, we really do. And these little techniques we use at Reps for Responders go a long way. If I'm driving down 3rd Avenue and I'm thinking of something, you know, a quick grounding technique for me is, you know, just look down for a quick second, look up, look at the sign, that's where I am. Because if I'm thinking about something else, and I'm on 3rd Avenue and something happens, it's go time. So we focus on a lot of grounding techniques at Reps for Responders. So I grew up in Rockland County, went to Clarkstown North High School, played football there, went to Rockland Community College, went to SUNY Cortland, played football up in Cortland, got into powerlifting, all that ego, man, macho stuff. I thought I was unstoppable. Became a New York City police officer in the year of July of 2015. I got sent to the 42nd precinct, so if anyone knows that, it's a really nice area. And I absolutely loved it. It was great. It felt like that I was back on the football field. The camaraderie, the people, the life experience, there was nothing like it. So I did patrol for 2 years in the 4-2. And then in the year of 2018, I left the job and I got into the Rockland County Police Department in my hometown. When I got there, my life turned upside down. To a lot of people that know Rockland County, and you made it. You hit the police lotto. It's closer to home, it's safer, little better pay, just a little bit. But when I got there, there was something going on in my mind where it just didn't feel right. I couldn't get out of my own head saying, am I going to do solo patrol for 20 years in the hometown that I grew up? And I couldn't get out of my head. I missed the 4-2 camaraderie. I missed the job. I missed meeting different types of people. There was nothing like being a city cop, man. There's nothing like it. So in the year of 2018, when I went in Rockland County, I started hanging out with Jack and Jose a lot. And that's where my drinking really picked up. It really picked up. And in that year was a year that changed my life forever. As I started, you know the song like, should I stay or should I go? That was playing in my head over and over and over again. And finally, in November of 2018, I decided to go back to NYPD, where I'm still a current police officer today. I'll have 6 years in July. But in that 10-month span, and when I came back to the city, I was about 20 pounds lighter, got rid of my social media, stopped really eating, stopped socializing. When I went back to the job, people was like, "You all right? What happened? It was that bad?" I'm like, "No, it just wasn't for me." But I was like Walking Dead. I was soulless. It wasn't a good place. In that time span, I was on about 7 different SSRIs, which is antidepressant medication. Never took that in my life. Drinking on it. I was a mess. I was a disaster. And you know why? Because I said, how could I let anyone know to give up this gun and shield? I can't do that. I'm a cop. How could I do that? Meanwhile, handing in my gun and shield was the best damn thing I ever did in my life. I had a hard time setting boundaries with myself in the job. Now every time I wake up, I said, I'm not going to be a statistic to drinking, I'm not going to be a statistic to the job. I refuse. I refuse to. So, in November of 2018, I checked myself in the New York Presbyterian Hospital, took my gun and shield away, there for 6 weeks. It wasn't pretty. Medication time, meal time, going outside twice a week, I really felt like I was in jail. I was with really, really sick people, psychosis, schizophrenic, and it kept me safe. But I got out, and I laughed and said, nothing's changed. So I told the job at the time, I need to go away to the farm, is what we call it, in the city. They said, okay. So me and my family looked up a place called High Watch Recovery Center in Connecticut, and went there from March of 2019 to April of 2019, and then finally, through the grace of God, I left out a lot of dark things, but one of the moments I'll never forget is I told my sweet mother over here I was going for a drive, and going for a drive is, you guys could probably, you guys are cops, you can probably think what that means. And she knew something was up, and she called me. She said, "Please come home, Frank, please come home." And that phone call was an awakening for me. Here's my poor mother crying and say, "Frank, wake up, man. You gotta keep fighting. You can't." I said, "All right, Mom, I'm coming home." So once I got out of the rehab, went back to the job, sent me to a different unit, and ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. And through the grace of God and my higher power and my family, my friends, and my support group, I just hit 19 months sober from my alcohol. So, as I started to, I would say, get better, started looking into this more. And I started realizing that, holy hell, I wasn't alone, I wasn't even close. In 2019, there was 238 police suicides countrywide. In 2020, there was 171 police suicides countrywide. It actually just went up to 172, the numbers fluctuate. This year, it says 54, but if you count last night, that's 55 police suicides. 20% of everyday people suffer from PTSD, anxiety, and depression. That increases to 30% for first responders. 1 in 4 police officers have suicidal ideation. That's just the thought of suicide, of feeling worthless in their life, either while they're working or they're retired. So, as I started really reading into this, working my program, my father over here was a volunteer firefighter for 40 years. My uncle was FDNY, he had retired because of 9/11. Both my great-grandparents are NYPD, runs in the family. My father went to the same rehab I did, and now he's 17 months sober. And I said, wow. I said, if this works for me and it can work for this guy, it can work for anybody. but you really have to put in the work. This is the hardest thing I ever did in my life. I would rather chase a perp down Webster Avenue than pick up a drink. That's how scared I am of picking up a drink, because I know that I'm powerless. So we talk a lot about surrendering and quitting. I surrendered. When you surrender, you can always come back and make another plan. If you quit, there's no coming back. I surrender every single day. So as I saw my father get better and I started to get better, I said, how can I really put this out there? So I said, okay. Came up with the name Reps for Responders, created a nonprofit, went right into work. And in my mind at the time, I said, okay, March of 2020, raised money quick for the mission. NYPD had 12 suicides in the year of 2019. Raised some money fast, put a lot of my own money into it, and I said, okay, free open gym for first responders and military in Rockland County. The gym was up in a month. March of 2020 was when the pandemic happened. We were open for 10 days, we closed the doors for good in July. So in my mind, the gym was an illusion to bring guys and girls in. See, if I'm a cop in the Bronx, and I don't feel comfortable talking what's going on with another cop in the Bronx, maybe I meet a cop in Manhattan, Queens, a firefighter. So now I'm gonna have that connection. So the gym was the illusion to bring people in, and we're gonna have in-person meetings. So July of 2020, the gym closed, and we're like, all right, well that stinks. What's next? But how close this mission means to me, and we created Reps for Responders because I never want anyone to ever have to go through what I went through. I've been there. I surrendered. No one else has to do that at all. So we went virtual, and it started to pick up. Now our whole program has really, you want to talk about resiliency, and I'm proud to say Reps for Responders is full of resilient people. Joseph here is our mental health professional, one of them. Detective Brad in the corner is a huge help to Reps for Responders. Created friendships, family, that I never would think that is imaginable. If you would have told me 2 years ago that I would be here speaking at this event, I'd say, come on. Really? I have a better chance hitting the lotto. But to me, this is way better than hitting the lotto. You can't put any money on this. So now what we do at Reps for Responders is every Sunday night, myself and Joseph run a meeting called Responder Talk. It's for first responders and military personnel via Zoom. Every Sunday at 7, active or retired. We've had check-ins from 15 different states across the country. We have 2 topic meetings, 2 speaker meetings in a month. We started a 8-week resiliency class. So it's Joseph has 5 first responders, male. Rachel has 5 female first responders, and it's once a week. It's a group of 5 people for 8 weeks, and we talk about staying grounded, staying mindful, staying in the present. Now when I said about and also, if people reach out to us and they need more than the talk, we have connections where we're able to we're also able to sponsor them for a few one-on-one sessions so the job doesn't know. Try to help them out that way and try to find them someone that is, so they don't have to go through the job. Because as the commissioner is saying, there's more units that are coming up in the job, but sometimes it's not easy. I'm still dealing with it today. 2.5 years, no gun. I asked for help, and it does burn a little bit, but I'm here. And again, I'm in a unit where it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So what we do is we also do, like I said, the one-on-ones. So now for the gyms, we've partnered with 4 different gyms in Rockland County: CrossFit, strength and conditioning, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, that's 5 gyms, a gym in Northfield, New Jersey. I have 2 spots at CrossFit Escalade. The owner is a retired cop from Jersey. Anybody that I can get 2 cops in there right now. Anyone in this room, I can get them in a second. So what we do in a gym in Westchester. So we're starting to grow. We're starting to meet with more Jersey gyms this summer. Let's just say Brad's interested in a sponsorship. Okay, fill out the application. Why would a gym membership here help him physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Boom, okay. Brad, all you gotta do is show up. You can make 8 sessions in the first month. Reps for Responders will pay that. We're asking for 8, just show up 8 times. If Brad does that, we'll pay for month 2. And now if Brad's really pushing it, we'll pay for month 3. And then you're on your own. I'm just kidding. But that's our gym program. It's worked out. We've helped 15 to 20 first responders already with this program. Again, we're a year old. Gyms just started opening up last September. So now, not only are we able to help first responders, but give back to small businesses in our community. We also have a nutrition program, because here at Rep for Responders, we truly believe, and in science, that the stomach, the gut, is connected to the brain. Over 90% of serotonin, more, is made in your gut. So the foods we eat help fight depression, help fight anxiety. It can also cause depression and anxiety. So we do the same thing. We work with 2 nutritionists and a dietitian. We'll sponsor you for 2 months, 60 days. All you gotta do is show up to the Zoom meeting once a week for about 30 to 40 minutes. And our nutritionists, they don't just say, all right, here's the same meal plan over and over again. If Frank works at midnight and Brad works from 4 to 12, it's gonna be a completely different meal plan. So that has been a huge hit where we've helped first responders, not only in New York, New Jersey, but all over the country. And as I said, we have the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym that we just started, so tactics. We've sent a few detectives for soft tissue massage therapy and all that good stuff. So at Reps for Responders, we truly believe that any type of fitness, eating healthy, and talking about your day, good or bad, can really help us fight this battle. Our mission is to increase the physical and emotional survivability skills of first responders so we can make better choices on the job and when we're at home so we can live a longer life. The average age of a cop is 57 and 65. Come on, man. 57 to 65 years old. Now, I refuse to be that statistic, I'm telling you. That's one thing. I will follow my higher power's calling, and that's not going to be me. I tell myself that every day. Self-talk is so positive, people. So positive. It's been one hell of a ride, and recovery is possible. Recovery is not, I see a lot of people think recovery is just substance abuse. It's not. Recovery is an everyday practice of making yourself a better person and fighting your kryptonite. You can be in recovery from trauma, anxiety, depression, alcohol, sex addiction, gambling, so on and so on. The Commissioner was saying, social media is a poison. When all these cops go and comment, you know, it eats at you. So here at Reps for Responders, what I'm trying to say right now is that, you know, when people get sick, they say, get well soon, you know? No, we're here with you through thick and thin. We're gonna be with you side by side. And we believe recovery is possible because myself, my father, Brad, it's walking proof. I shouldn't be here right now. I really shouldn't. But through the grace of God and my support group, I'm here stronger than ever. And anyone listening in this room, recovery is possible. I was in a really bad place, and now I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world. The job is not my life, it's part of my life. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it.